Hi, everyone. Hi, hi, hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the Soapwire podcast. We're coming back at you, brought to you by the TBK, where you'll get our thoughts on our stories. Soapwire is sponsored by Katie Waltman Jewelry, and it offers elegant handcrafted pieces and personalized charm necklace featured in L, in style, Oprah.com, and worn by celebrities such as Molly Sims. So enjoy this exclusive discount, okay? Using the promo code SOAPWIRE. That's together, not apart. So be sure to check out katiewaltman.com and use the promo code SOAPWIRE and get that jewelry for your special person. Hi, everyone. I am Ashley Sheree, and this is
Hey y'all, it's your girl Deneen.
Welcome back, welcome back. So we're gonna get right into it. So some of the breaking news, the only breaking news that I saw actually not too long ago was that Matthew Atkinson, who played Thomas Forrester, is going to be coming back. I'm intrigued. There is no date of when he'll return. It's just he's just coming back. No, if it's gonna be long, short stint, whatever. So we'll see. I just hope that it's just, I just hope that Paris is done right. If they want to make it seem like they broke up, then have Paris be the one that broke them up. That's all I'm saying.
That's real.
So, I don't think there's anything else. You haven't heard anything either, right?
I have not heard any breaking news this week.
Okay, so we're gonna chuck it right on along to BTG, Beyond the Gates, our
Yeah.
personal fate. So I know we touched on this a little bit like last week when it pertained to Eva and Leslie going to the concert, which I thought was crazy. And then on top of that, going to the after party, the nerve and audacity to step foot in a country club like you belong there is insane to me. And Leslie is just Leslie, Dana Honolulu, Sherry of it all. It's just so delusional and so out of touch with some of the things that she does. I just really appreciated Kat going in there saying no to F you won't. Not at my grandmother's thing, and you will not be upsetting my mother. You must got this it up, and then
Oh,
Chelsea coming in there with the uppercut.
like you got the game messed up.
They really did. Like, I just don't. Sometimes I get it. Like Leslie, she's comical. Sometimes she gets some laughs in there, but I also feel like sometimes it does a disservice to Eva because she's steady. I don't know. It's really hard for me because she'll tell her, but then why are you even going with her? You should
Yeah.
have redirected her as soon as possible to go for the country club. Okay, I could let you pass on the venue, but the country club, like really? Like what's happening there?
Just feel like you try so hard to be relevant, to have yourself into these like social settings,
Hmm.
and is borderline over the border weird.
So weird, so odd. Like I just really don't get it, and I need something different from Eva than this that we're constantly seeing right now with her and Leslie. Like I need her to stand a little bit more firm. I just need something from her because it's sad for me to say she's kind of losing me. I love Amber. Amber Michelle is golden, but like the Eva character is starting to lose me.
Yeah, I agree.
So, we'll just leave it at that and chuck on right along. But I did appreciate Nicole going into Upper G's and basically telling them the ones and the twos and also
Yes.
giving Eva a little bit of a lashing too, because she was right. Like, why didn't you stop her? Like,
Yep.
let's really talk about it. So yeah,
And
so
she kept her hands to herself this time.
yeah, I don't know. She says, I don't know, Eva, like, I don't know, just like Eva, I know you can't control people, but then you still want to be in their good graces, and especially when it
Yeah.
pertains to Nicole. So it just doesn't bode well.
I think for you too, though, you have a very low tolerance for Eva.
Now,
Like very, and then it's like she was like a heroine,
anti-heroin.
like yeah, like
Yeah.
in the beginning, like it was like the woe is me story, but now it's like okay, what does accountability look like? And I would say that you struggle with people who lack accountability, but that's always been the opposite for you. Like Sharon, Elizabeth, you know. So this is actually news to see you on this side for me.
Yeah, yeah, because well, I feel as though don't talk about my Sharon and Elizabeth because they could take accountability when they want to and when they're ready
That's the
to.
thing.
And
You
it's
just
been
pick
years.
up when
Also,
you
it's been
put it
years
back
in.
down.
It
Like,
it's been years. It's been years in for them too. It's also like noting that,
okay. So you
like
like, okay, you got to this point where you earned it. You don't feel
yeah.
like you just earned it.
No,
Okay.
because then now I was an Eva fan in the beginning because
Mhm.
like I got where she was coming from. You know what I'm saying? I always felt
Yeah.
like, it was understandable. Now that the truth is out, now I'm starting not to understand where you're coming from because you're still allowing, and I shouldn't say allow, but that's what it feels like for her to Leslie, Dana Honolulu, Sherry to just run rampant and ragged and just do all of this stuff. Why are you asking Ted for money for her? Like that just feels like crazy for me. I'm sorry it does. If anything, Eva's a grown ass woman. I need money.
Yeah.
Not her. I need it. And why would I ask you that when it was literally our plan to blow up your life? That was the plan to blow up your life. Eva has every right to know her father. Eva has every right to have a job with her father. Eva has every right to get money from her father. But as quiet as it's kept, Leslie, her mother, does not. You forfeited that right. You didn't tell him. You purposely didn't tell him. Granted, it was a lot of other stuff going on with it, and Bill was supposed to, give you money to abort and things of that nature. But still, like, but then you literally put it in her brain that when you get older, this is what we're gonna do. Like, we're gonna
This is what
think
this gonna look like.
exactly. We're gonna map this out. And you know that your mother did this, but still you're allowing her to still force herself onto this family who low-key didn't do anything. At the end of the day, the family that did something was the only person that did something was Ted and Bill. That's who they really should have been going after. But low-key, I think they're going to intertwine the Duprees with Leslie in some other form or fashion because there have been some rumors going around about that. So we'll see. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Some rumors about what people are thinking. You know how soap fans be. They have their theories, and oftentimes, then on we're often right. And a lot of times they hate it. But I could see this happening. So we'll also talk about that too. But I have to say, one thing I did enjoy last week
Okay.
was Doug. I enjoyed the
You
mess out of
know,
Doug.
it's just a different level with Dougie because we talk about Dougie all the time on days, but Dougie right here on BCG, he basically had the conversation with Ted and was like, because what was it? He had made an error or something
Yeah,
had
and it could
happened.
have died. The patient could have died.
Yes, and it was like, this wasn't a routine surgery. The board is starting to pay attention. You need to like really get your P's and Q's in order. And he said, you know what? This job. I don't want to do this anymore. And y'all bad. Didn't get no notice, didn't do nothing. And then he tell Vanessa, like, you better go get your job back. He said,
Sir, what are you
no.
doing?
You and Joey got all this money coming in. You and Joey can support me.
He said, I need to be taken care
I
of.
need to be taken care of. Like, I think that it was literally him forgetting how his gambling put them
Hmm.
in that situation. But just like, y'all ain't taking advantage of me anymore.
Yeah.
Make a mistake, but I don't deserve to be punished.
Yeah, and continue to be like treated this way. I
Yeah.
mean, because Joey, we know Joey was essentially plotting on Dougie, so it is kind of funny and just like to kind of and nice to see him take a stand. Like I'm like, okay, so you tired? All right, you
Like,
tired?
I'm taking a stand. That's it.
Like, and I get it. Your wife be cheating, but that's like that is what y'all agreed upon. This is what your relationship is. But it wasn't that you wanted to take it this far with the whole washing of the money and embezzlement and things of that nature. But also, like you said previously, he got her into this mess. So, I mean, it is what it is now. So now you want to come here and be like, no, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. And your wife is literally now trying to save your life because Joey Armstrong is he about that life. So, I get it. I just think it's also just funny, like seeing him finally want to take a stand, and then also him and Randy look like they about to work on something to get Joey up out of here too. So we're gonna see. One thing about BTG, they're very intentional about all of their stories. So I feel like they use the Douglas Marland method too as well, and they also, what I know the stories used to do, they used to have like their ending of what they wanted to happen already there and planned out from there. And sometimes I feel like now stories don't really do that, and they're just like
Hey,
changing
dog.
at the drop of a whim, and they're not staying firm to the story that they decided in the beginning, if they even did it that way that they wanted to do it. And I feel like that's what's lacking. And also BCG doesn't appear to, they appear to be following that formula of this is how it's going to end. So now let's fill in everything else. And I appreciate that. It just looks like it's a method. Whereas other soaps don't have a method, and they'll change things at a drop of a hat. The only soap opera who really can't change things is Days. You gotta wait damn near a
Because
year.
they film for so much time in advance. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Rest of them be cutting scenes and putting in scenes, blocking this, that, the other, da 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 da, da type thing. But another thing that happened too that kind of like tickled our fancy, I had to say, we saw Haley fall, and of course, we know that she's probably not pregnant, and now it's time to pin it on Danny, and she starts a whole argument with Danny, then acts like she's in pain, and finds a way to go to the hospital. And who's the person to take her to the hospital? No other than Randy. But by this time, he's going by, what's the name, girl? Sammy. So I'm intrigued by that because I didn't expect to see Randy as her co-conspirator. So I feel like there is a lot more story to that. Yeah, so what did you feel about that?
So I initially was really confused because, okay, fun mental health fact. I watch television with the subtitles. Like I'm a dementia practitioner. I work with older adults all the time. And for those who can be nervous of memory deficits, when you put the subtitles on your television, you help keep your brain working.
Oh, shout out to me. Do that
So
all the
that's
time.
a little tidbit, y'all. A little tidbit. So as I'm watching BTG last week, I kept seeing Sammy come up in the subtitles. And I'm like, his name Randy. What is going on? Why is this my story? My big take on it is I feel like Haley paid him. Haley lied. We all know Haley lied.
Yeah.
Haley went in that bathroom and she put that blood on her and came out all frantic. And then you randomly, all these people are in the crowd. You pick a man at your most vulnerable moment as a
Mm,
woman. You take me to the hospital. That was orchestrated.
yeah.
And then when he came back to get, I think like her purse or her phone or something, Danny was like, "You look familiar." No, you don't know me. Yes, you do, Danny. Pay attention. Pay attention to your instincts because his name is Randy.
Hmm.
But now you saying me because you don't want this to come back on you. Haley paid for you to take her home and not to the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. That, yeah. I could definitely, it did feel orchestrated because that is weird. To be honest, if I'm gonna point out anybody and I'm in pain, to be honest, I'm gonna look for a woman, and most definitely probably a black woman in all honesty. So like that was super weird. And then it's just begs the question, like, how did they know each other? How did this form? How did this start? So I'm definitely intrigued by like all of that, and then like seeing, where it could possibly lead to, because obviously she's gonna blame Danny. That's like her thing, to blame Danny for everything. And obviously that was the goal, to make sure that she blamed Danny for this. But as I said previously in the past episodes, we really don't get her point of view. We really don't know what is going on in Haley's head. And I also feel like that's a key essential part that's missing. To be honest, I miss the days when soap characters, especially villains and the vixens, and they used to just be in the mirror talking about their plan and what they're going to do next. And sometimes you
Yeah.
never even really knew that they were a vixen or a villain until later. And then you had a, oh, they doing it like that moment. Like, I miss those days because we have no
Okay,
idea
so
what what hell we're not clued in.
we're not like we don't know what her vibe. Like I feel like it was a scene, like right, like it panned to her sitting on the couch, right? And I don't know if she had her iPad or something. Like who was that her phone or was that Danny's phone? Because I thought
Mm,
she was on her iPad and she had like text she was at home, she was all right or something because she didn't know that Danny had got in touch with Bill.
okay. Yeah, she
She
didn't
didn't
know.
know. When
She was
Bill
surprised to
came in the
see
house, she
Naomi
was
too.
surprised. Yes. So like everybody thought she was at the hospital.
Hmm.
And you sitting at home chilling on the couch with your blanket rubbing your feet together.
That's not what I'm doing after I just miscarried. I'm sorry. You could probably pick me up with a on the floor. Like, let's keep it a whole ass buck.
On
Like,
the floor of my hospital room because they're not gonna discharge
exactly.
her that quick like that. Like, and then she like, Bill, it's okay. They sent me home. Like I just Naomi, speak up.
Hmm. Or if she would have been even like, I refused the services and I signed out. You know what I'm saying? Like something, or I
Something.
snuck out. So then, because if you signed out, then it would be a record of it. She could be like easily like, I snuck out. I just didn't want to, whatever type thing. I don't know.
Yeah. And like I was so surprised to even see her tell the truth. Well, tell half the truth to Naomi about the ultrasound picture.
Hmm.
Like you're
Yeah.
carrying around this sonogram and that ain't your baby. That's I know a Google baby when I see a Google baby. Like you carrying around this sonogram. Bill is so excited. And I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see all right, y'all heard my foreshadowing here first. I can see this situation distancing Bill and Haley, bringing Bill and Danny together,
Ugh.
especially because Ashley is still lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, and that segues us to the freaking Ashley, Andre, and Danny dynamic. I could see that happening too. Because even just I don't know, we already know that Bill and Danny, of course, somehow, some way, they're gonna wind up like being back together, and that probably not for a long time, but they're gonna have a moment where they rekindle. I just hate that because of just the way that Bill treated her. That's like such a issue for me, and it just burns my blood and boiled to the highest heavens. Like so, but I'm also realistic, and I know that this is a soap, and that's just what's going to happen. Uh, so yeah, I have to start preparing myself because
Yeah.
after this is happening, we already saw like the clip preview, and she's consoling him. There ain't no way in hell I'm consoling Bill. And I don't give a fuck. Like, there is no way. Sorry that happened to you. I just wanted to let you know and I would have bounced. So, but that's, Danny's soft spot for that man.
Like and that and you know what? And it's like it's so oh I'm losing my words. Lord. It's so heartbreaking, disheartening, I want to say too, because there's so many women that's been in positions where they're familiar and comfortable with a man,
Hmm.
despite the humiliation and difficulties of it. Like struggle love gets glorified.
Ugh. I hate a struggle love. Ooh.
Like we didn't been through hell and back. And like I didn't prove my worth in this relationship. So I have to stick it out and I have to stay. And it's
Mhm.
like you demean yourself and take away your own self-worth because if you don't see it, you can't convince your partner to see it.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Because Bill has cheated on her for so long.
yep, this is what he's used to. It's in his playbook
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never going to probably like change. This is what I am now. When Haley came and was plotting hard, like, oh, here come this new fine young thing. And you know what? I am ready for a change. I am gonna leave her. And it is so sad and so disheartening because it does look like she just so got used to just playing this role. And she loved him so much. And he always comes back. That's just what he does, and then we'll be in our happy, merry, good, fun time, joyous time. Do 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 do. And but then what happened? And then he's gonna do it again. It would have been an ever repeating cycle as it was. They said he was doing this for over 20 years since basically their whole marriage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like they really they need to have Danny in some counseling sessions because I feel like that would be a time because that relationship did a number on her child. So like that is something that I would like love to see. But even with the Danny and Andre and Ashley and that whole thing and him doing the Paris and I see nothing. I just see nothing. I am
Okay.
bored with them.
And her mama know, like, trust your mama. Trust your mama, Ashley.
Hmm.
Mama told you he ain't the best. He's not stable. He's a rolling stone. But it's something about that bad boy that's intriguing her because she's never had it.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. And feel like she wants to, it's like the kid who wants to touch the hot stove, you know?
sometimes you got to touch that flame to know the pot fire is hot. That's one of my favorite analogies. Okay, like
Yep.
sometimes you gotta ooh to learn your
Mhm.
lesson.
And then what the mama say? That's what your ass get. Like,
Mhm.
as I
Like,
told
like
you.
what she got showing up to that man's house, seeing him kiss Danny. But what pissed me off about it is that I wanted it to be more so him choosing Danny, like actively choosing Danny in front of her. He
Hmm.
never chose Danny. She just happened to walk in the house and see that that's what was going on.
Meanwhile, he really has come to terms with like them not being together. But the thing too for me, listening to him, and I was like, I don't know if people caught it. I feel as though Andre just wants to be loved and he just wants to be
He do
accepted and he just want
because
a
he said
woman.
even if it's not you,
That's what I was about to say. Even
if
if
a
it's
man
not
tell
you,
me even if it's
I
not
don't
me, then at
want
that point
you.
I'm a choice. I'm an option.
Exactly. I don't want you if even if it's not me. It should be like I only want to be with you.
I only
So
want
for me, like looking at Andre, I just feel like he don't even really want to be with Ashley either because he just wants to feel like loved and revered and someone who's gonna have that burning in Anita type love. That's what he's searching for, and he's too busy dealing with Danny who has and one thing about Danny, she has been honest. Danny has been honest through and through about where she is in her life and just how she's not ready to move forward, but also as quiet as it's kept, so has Andre as well. He's stated to her multiple times that he wants to be in a relationship, he wants to be public, and at every turn Danny does stop him. Okay, they had a few kisses in public at the country club and in the venue at the thing, but it's been nothing to really solidify them moving forward. And then every time they have one of those talks, she goes running off the bill. So, like for me personally, if I was Andre too, it would look like you really don't want me. We enjoy our time together. We have a great time. So why not let me truck along over to my bland and unseasoned, as Danny would call her, to essentially see if we can have something. So yeah, that's just my take on it. Yeah. So that's just what it is for me. I really don't I see some people don't really like how Andre's moving, but I feel like he's giving the same energy as Danny. So,
and I think that's it too because Danny has always made him feel like an option as well. Or like a what did she say? Oh, I guess this isn't the best time for me to use
transitional
like
relationship.
a trans and like my emotional like support or like my emotional lean on like you in that moment told him that he's a prop.
Ooh. Yeah. You hear words like that and then transitional relationship, like, all right, so I guess you're telling me that this is not really gonna go anywhere. Okay, bet. Like, let me just find on somebody who essentially really does want to just be with me. And at first it did look like Ashley, but also I don't feel like Ashley knows what she wants as well. I feel as though Andrew is new, shiny, and something she's never had before. So let me try it out and take it for a spin. That's just my take on it. But let's
Mhm.
go mosey on right down the bowl because I do have some issues to talk about with Bo. But let's keep it light in the beginning. So Brooke Aston fell in the damn water.
Oh my God, y'all. I was talking to Ashley about this before. When Brooke flew her mermaid butt off of that boat, you on the back. Okay, my people that's listening, use your context clues. Chilling on the back of the boat, relaxing. feet
Right.
laid out, feeling the water and the breeze in your hair. Oh, oh, boom.
So
You
much
too
fun.
old to be falling in that water like that. I bet she broke some. That's the first thing I said when she went in. I said she broke some.
I would feel like she did too because like I was just like so. Go ahead, girl.
But even before she fell in the water, the scene with her and Rich really pissed me off when he was telling her like, I could have handled the situation better when you became the CEO. And she was like, well, you moved on to Taylor really quickly. Why is this still a conversation?
hmm
Like,
What's
I'm
going on here?
confused. Are y'all confused? I'm confused.
They are confused, and but the thing is, we're not. They are
Yeah.
like that's why they keep doing this repetitive dance that they always do. Oh my goodness, it's so repetitive. Yeah, that whole Taylor Brooke, and also I'm a little bit disappointed in the Nick return. I thought it would be have been a little bit better, but it just feels like he's being used as a prop to get Ridge and Brooke back together, and that's so unfortunate because he does really have a story. Jack Wagner is huge.
I agree.
I don't know, it just leaves a lot to be desired, you know? So it just feels like he's fighting for Brooke like so damn hard. And Brooke is just like, oh, I guess since Rich doesn't want me, like, fine. I don't really see her struggling. I
No.
I feel like she kind of just made a decision like, okay, like Nick really does love me, so I'm just gonna go with him, knowing that I still really do love Rich. If anything, it would have been like, you know what, I'm still getting over him, but let's just work into this slowly. But it also doesn't help, you got, Eric meddling saying that you should be with Rich, Rich is always constantly around you. And also it's low-key a little bit of like mixed signals with Bridge, I would say in a sense as well.
Yeah.
Even though he does stand firm with like I'm staying with Taylor, but then it's like, but Logan,
But
I
why
love
are you
you.
so invested? Then you got your daddy over here being invested too. Like why is your family so invested? So
Hmm
that's why when Brooke said, yeah, you moved on kind of quick to Taylor, I say, you know what, Brooke, you have a point, and I'm glad you brought it up because it's like you moved on quick. Do you care? Cause you in my face.
He does that all the time. I would have loved to say, like, this is what you do, Riz. You just move on. If I'm not with it, then you go to Taylor. If Taylor's not with it, then you're gonna, and it happens at warp speed. Like, I wish he would have called him out, like, really called him out on it. Like, let's really talk about it, type thing. But that's just what he does. Like, and it's just annoying to, like, for
Very much
me.
so.
And then we also know too that Luna is still alive. I don't know, it's kind of weird too. I don't understand why Lee went this route. You know, I don't know. Like I'm just once again, we're not seeing the point of view of it for me to
Yeah.
essentially understand like why. I don't want to say she hated Luna, but she definitely just disliked her a lot and also her actions. She always stayed on Finn, like you need to watch her, make sure that she's not around Stephanie and the kids, da 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 da. But then you go and save her, and I understand that that's like her niece slash granddaughter. That's don't even get me started on that whole topic. But it just left a lot to be desired, and also with Poppy not knowing and saying that she was happy she was,
Yeah.
Luna was dead. Like I don't know how I'm feeling. So it feels like another way to kind of make sure that Sheila has a story, to make sure that Luna has a story, and just to create problems again for the Sin fandom when Jackie comes back from maternity leave, when there's so many other storylines to cause angst for this couple. They didn't need a crazy, daughter that dropped out of the sky that was his that he had, that was because Finn was groomed by his aunt. So, mm.
Like it, and is Sheila still grieving? You know, and Leah's sitting there. I'm not gonna let you go out like this, Ilona. I'm not gonna let you die. They trying to see her body. Y'all know when somebody that we got to see the body for it to be real. Like
Yes. And
we
even when that
got to see the
happens, it ain't
body.
true.
If you don't see the body, it ain't real. And I feel like they know.
hmm
They know it's not real.
And soaps circumvent that too all the time, even when you see the body. Next thing you know, they pop up. So yeah, we're gonna see how they gonna go with this. But see, I'm gonna ask you first, or if you want me to go first, about the whole Dr. Grace Beckenham situation.
So, what would have been your plan if Liam had never got shot and they never told Bill? Because you waiting around for you to get Bill's money when at the end of the day they weren't even finna tell Bill. And I give it up to Scott because you looked a little sickly. I was concerned. I was real life concerned. But I just even in how Dr. Grace sat there and she told Finn, it was just like Finn was like, "So you did all of this to run a scam on Bill to get Bill's money?"
Hmm.
And she's like, "What was I supposed to do?" She was like, "You lied about the tumor." Well, he did have a brain bleed. That was real.
That was real.
But you done lied about surgery. You done lied about these scans. You done fake scans and everything. And then, oh my God, what broke my heart is when they went to go tell Liam the truth. And she walked in the house and he was like, oh my God, is the cancer back? Oh. I got nervous and I knew what was going on. Is it back? Like Scott, you acting. You
Yeah,
acting,
Scott can
acting.
act
Because
them.
I'm out here concerned for you. I see you, Dylan Quartermain. I see you. But I just feel like it could have been another reason as to why. Like for Bill to be the one that was the end result to get his money was like, I got desperate. This was my only option. Was it?
Yeah, it was happening here. But okay, and then but you made such a good point because what if Bill, because
What if
obviously
he never knew?
Liam was not trying to tell him. So and that also leads me to be like there's holes in your story. Did that leads me to believe you didn't think out this story thoroughly. That leads me to believe that like Bill Bell, you messed up again. So for me, I also had a hard time watching it. I was extremely like triggered on Friday's episode because I kept seeing this black woman being accosted
And
by,
I didn't want to say it, but if we're gonna put it out there and we're gonna do it, let's do it.
yeah, that's
Because
a
I'm in my head one of the only black characters on the show, and she just stay
thank
here and
you.
laugh. And
Yep.
I don't want to be one of those people that they always make it a race thing.
No,
Okay,
but I'm
well,
gonna keep it a buck.
it was. It really looked like it was.
And this is why I believe, and this is, and I did the recap as well. And yeah, and
I,
if you read the recap, yeah, I saw that I had a part that said this is just my opinion, but it reeked of misogynoir. That's what it reeked of to me specifically. And this is why I feel like it does. Yes, Sheila is a killer. Yes, Luna is a killer. But we also were able to see the build up more. We understood why Lee whooped Luna's ass. She deserved that ass whooping. Okay. We understood why, Sheila was always going back and forth with Steffi, and she deserved that too as well. We saw so much of Sheila when she shot. And we thought that she murdered Finn and shot her freaking daughter-in-law. We saw so much of her point of view for us to not even understand, but they wanted now say that they wanted us to understand Sheila's point of view, which we wasn't taking at all. The thing with this is we saw none of that with Grace. We didn't
no.
see it until like a week before. How do I don't even know her point of view. I didn't know that this was going on. Like what and like you said, what if Liam didn't come in with a brain breathe? Then what? How is she
Then
gonna
what would have happened? Like,
what was it? It was absolutely nothing. It felt like let's throw this together, see if it sticks. We're gonna switch it around and see how this happens. Because you also can't tell me that in actuality they were going to bring back Finn. I really don't think they were. Once they saw all the hooting and hollering that a Sins fan was doing, that's when they decided to bring him back. It was a great twist. I'll give you that. But it can't be done for everything. Such a
yeah.
thing like this needs to be thought out and it needs to be crafted in a certain type of way where we can understand it as viewers. I didn't understand it as a viewer. It just felt like, let's bring Grace back here, let's tell her, and then let's say that she did it because, of Reese's gamble index and she has to pay it off and make sure that Zoe and Paris are safe. Let's just do that. If we would have saw the buildup, like let's say if Liam came into the hospital with a brain bleed, she gets a call like, you better pay your ex-husband's debt or we coming after your kids. Oh my God, this like, oh, he just had a brain bleed. I'm gonna do like, okay, this is what I have to do. I gotta make sure my kids are safe. Da, da, da. Then we see her like struggling, going to his doctor's appointments, talking to
Yeah.
Finn, like talking to Bridget, like all of it. That would have made so much more sense. Don't just bring the black woman in here just so she can be the villain and she can be villainized. Because what you're not gonna do is have these two white men lunging at me, pulling me, thinking that that's okay, and you're not gonna have freaking Hope slap me. And granted, some of y'all are gonna say, "Oh, but she slapped Flo. She did slap Flo." But you know what the difference was? We got to see Flo's story and how that happened. That girl Beth was what away from her parents for about what 6, 8 months, something of that nature. I don't know, somewhere around there. And we got to see some of Flo's processing and thought about that. There was none of that with Grace until like a week ago, maybe a week and a half, and that's just being generous.
And it was very much so irritating because I personally I just felt like she was used as the scapegoat. And it's like, and I just didn't want to say it. Like I honestly didn't want to say it, but I felt it.
Hmm. No, it was like I was in spaces too, and we were talking about it because it just didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
also, I forgot that Carter was even engaged to Hope. Somebody had to bring that up in spaces. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about
You
that.
know what? As I was watching her dote over there on Liam, where's Carter? I ain't seen Carter. Like literally, and y'all know I normally I watch clips or I watch like background, like right now, Days of Our Lives is on my TV, just like background noise. And I had those same thoughts, like, where's Carter? I ain't like we know, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool to bring him in as a Mandingo. And when Eric asked him to fuck his fucking wife, that was cool, right? To bring him in for the CEO story was fine too, right?
We on
It
here taking tables.
just saying. So it's just like, I don't know, some things are just weird. I just think that whole storyline was weird. We've seen Luna's point of view, we've seen
Yeah.
Sheila's point of view at a longer length than what we had for Grace, and it just really felt just thrown together and watch and let's see what sticks. It didn't really, now I didn't really like it, and that's just me. This is my opinion and not that of the TV cable or soap wire. This is Ashley Shuray's opinion, and I said what I said. So, and that's just what I'm standing on.
And when she said that she ain't told no lies.
Straight up truth, okay? That part. Okay, so then moving right on along to days as well. So for me with days, you already know, let's just talk about my favorite storyline really quickly. So going into seeing Sophia, she's continuing to spiral. Tate is still like, let me, I still want to write a letter, see my child, all of that other stuff like that. And of course she goes to Melinda Trask and Melinda sets up a PO box and they're gonna figure it out from there. And I know I say this all the time, like every episode. I just really like this story. I just think it's different. I'm just so intrigued.
It
Oh,
is. It is different. Sophia's on the TV right now.
see.
Look at her.
She's
So
making
cute.
me like the actor even more too.
And I really love that for you too, because I also understand that you wasn't really like
Fan
kicking
of
it with
Hope.
her in the beginning when they made the switch. You were like
That was my girl.
the yeah, and you were saying that the whatchamacallit, the
Madeline, the first
chemistry was
one.
different.
Yeah. Yeah, the one played her first. That was my girl, the one played her first. I felt like her and Tate,
Everything was different.
yeah, they have much more chemistry, but I think the story is better.
Yeah.
And she's knocking out the park. This girl can act. I believe her name is Rachel. Rachel can act. So shout out to you, Rachel, because you about to have a fan in me. So shout out to you, girl, because you
You
doing your big
got
one.
a fan in
In
me.
me.
You got a fan in me.
So- and then also like just with the courtroom scenes. They had Gabby, Paulina, and Johnny
Yeah, those
testify.
have been entertaining to watch. I will say that. Like watching like the bail of it all, like even Marlena's confrontation with Johnny, like
Mhm.
everything was really like well.
It gets so good to so well put together. The new regime and the writing, I just feel like they're doing an amazing job. You got to see Gabby's spiciness and learn about her. You know, she did see Johnny there. Even, Paulina saying her take, and then at the end she's like, no, I don't believe that he did it. And then you have
Yeah.
Johnny, Johnny, trying to figure out his wording and then having it be displayed that he did know that his father essayed his mother, and that's why he was feeling the way he was feeling. And then EJ trying to turn it on his head and bring out the relationship of him and Belle, and then ask for a mistrial when he asked for Belle to do it. It was just a lot going on, and that's how it's supposed to be when it's courtroom scenes.
Yeah.
So, is there any particular one whose testimony you like the most out of the three?
Oh, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
I think
I don't think so. Because
for
like at
me,
first I was feeling like it was a witch hunt.
yeah, yeah, I could see that. I think for me too, I really enjoyed like the Johnny of it all, because it was just so much things that were happening there during that scene. So that's why like I thought it was really good, and then just having those truth bombs come out, which is always great as well.
Yeah.
Um, and then my girl Sammy came back on Monday and Tuesday, and those were some great scenes. Allison Sweeney, you are that girl. Sammy forever. I really enjoyed those scenes because we can always say this too. There would be no Samantha, Sammy Jean Brady without John Black. Yeah, I'm sorry. Him fucking Marlena on that conference room table lit a spark in Sammy. Okay, like that changed the whole trajectory of Sammy's entire life, from kidnapping Belle and trying to sell her on the black market. You couldn't to the Austin and Carrie of it all. That built Sammy. To Lumi come in, that built Sammy. Shout out to John Black. Rest in peace, Drake Hoganson. Like that was just that was something that needed to happen. So I'm shouting out Days for like really making that happen. That was so great. What did you think about her scenes as well?
I thought she had some really good scenes. I felt like I wanted to bring it up last week because I feel like when we recorded, I had saw that she was back. Like I loved her being I like the in the living room scene when she first saw Marlena, like was a
Hmm.
very emotional reunion. And then I
Yes.
love the way they showed flashbacks as well.
Yes.
Because for the newer watcher me of days, it was nice. I love when I see like characters that are not recast, but you're able to see like, oh, I've been here, this is my family, like I've put in a lot to this program, invested
Yes.
into it. So I felt like it made the scenes even more organic. Like I was able to, oh, this is the history why everybody's so excited for her to be back.
Yeah. She's been around since she was like Allison Sweeney was like a teenager when she started on Days. Like people love her. Like her history runs so deep. And also her character is just I don't know that you can have like a vixen that people love. You have to have something there. And
Yeah.
Allison has that in Sammy. I don't know what it is. That's why people be so amped like when she comes back, because Sammy is that girl. Like she really, really is. It's just so great. And I agree, like the scenes with Marlena were great. The scenes with Johnny were great.
Yeah.
Even when Belle was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the hotel because Sammy's back and I just want to make sure my mother feel comfortable and I'm not trying to have it be weird between us and none of that. And I was like, yeah, because you are dating her ex-husband, so yeah, the father of two of her kids. So it's like kind of get that. But it also like low key plays into the history of like Belle and Sammy too. Like, bitch, you kidnapped me. You was about to sell me on the black market. Yes, I'm dating your ex-husband and what? Like Sammy and her sisters, like a time. And then finally just really touching on the Sarah and the Xander of it all. I mean, I kind of do like it. Maybe it's because of Paul and Lindsay and how they play it, and then also
Okay.
knowing
Okay.
that like it's more different dynamics at play too, because we also know that Gabby is trying to get Gabby Chic, and she's working with Tony so he can get Demara back. And then you also like have Brady, and you already know that Chris is gonna make a big deal out of it. And it's looking like Rachel's having a real connection with Sarah, not knowing that Sarah basically took care of her the first year of her life. So this is like how my brain is like thinking about everything that's going on, and then seeing them two kind of like argue and then come together and be like, you know what, we're gonna try this, and then then his anger management issues pop out, and it's like, okay, now we're back at where we're started again. You need to calm down, bro. And like, you
Yeah.
was kissing old girl first. Like, what are we doing here? And we're not together anymore. We're co-parenting, so I can't be out to dinner with Brady. What's your problem? What?
I told y'all that chemistry last week. I saw it. And I was like, oh, this is cute. And I felt like they were trying to put them together and do like a pairing. So I think it's a nice jealousy storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But jealousy always adds passion.
Ooh, yes, it does. And also we saw too where Xander was already dreaming about her, so of course he's
Yeah,
jealous.
because that threw me off, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I had like dozed off or something, and I woke up and Xander and Sarah were in the bed with each other. And I'm, oh my God, when did they get back together? And then Xander woke up, and I was like,
When
damn.
I tell you their scenes used to be crazy though, like Deneen, like their
That's
love
how she had
scenes,
that baby.
it- girl. If you ever find, well, days be
I
scrubbing the
mean,
internet of their past shows, but like they had some scenes, honey. So I get why the Xander and Sarah fans is like, chop chop, get my couple back together, stop playing
yeah,
around.
like I think one of the first like live scenes I seen with them together is when she woke up
Mm,
and they was at the house, and I was like, because I feel like also this is the thing, their age group doesn't really get passion hot scenes. I feel like a lot of
mm-hmm,
soap operas nowadays focus on like spicy scenes with the younger demographic,
mm-hmm.
but it don't always have to be like that. And I think that's why people got so excited with the Joey Vanessa scene when he pumped her up
Okay, he
on
lit.
that damn poker table.
Give me a pickup and
And
straddle any day.
and everybody was like, yeah, John, yeah. Because it's like, we want to see that. That's real life. We still want to see that passion in
No
that
matter what
middle age
age.
group as well. Yes, everybody.
Yeah, because they're like late 30s, early 40s, somewhere in that, and they should be able to have like those popping out scenes. I don't, and it's
Okay.
kind of sad that we don't really have like those kind of like love, passionate scenes anymore. They're
There's
very
no
far and in
super
between.
couples. I'm gonna put it on a
No,
shirt.
yeah,
There are no super couples in soap operas right now.
absolutely none. It feels like it's just dead in the water,
Mhm.
unfortunately. No pairs are pairing. And then that
Nope.
means for me, I'm like, we might as well have the GH if we talking about no super couples. Because they have absolutely none. And
They
they
have.
dismantled all of
I'm
the super
trying
couples
to
the fans love.
And my thing is like, what was the purpose of that? Like, one of the things with super couples is like they stand the test of time.
Hmm.
Like when you think about Jarlena, when you think about the Luke and Laura of it all, when you think about Hope and Bo, like when you think about, Nora and Bo, like
Norambo.
when you think let's
And
take that
Eric,
home.
and let's quiet as this cup. Erica Slay's ex, her character Vicky had a couple of
What,
super
why ain't
couples.
she on General Hospital yet? I'm gonna have to DM her. Erica,
What's
they
going
told
on,
me you
sis?
was coming. I ain't seen you yet. I'm wondering if she gonna be included in this whole storyline with the
From
bridge.
or for I'm thinking it's for Monica.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Marty was talking about Monica, and they said, "Oh, is this like the segue?" Okay.
Yeah, remember he had that letter that he had no business having.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so that means, guys, we just ended talking about days because obviously Sarah and Xander they're not together, but they still have some great scenes, and also looking forward to like how this is going to play out with Gabby, Brady, Sarah, and Xander, like how that's gonna go. But yeah, General Hospital. If Dark Michael ain't around for me to see some clips, I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
you
Like
know
they done took Sasha out. So unfortunate.
we
Oh,
actually have
but
what?
he figured out with no proof
Oh,
that it
that
was
it was
Willow.
really Willow. Drew
Yeah.
Noah was Willow, so Drew Noah was Willow, Michael Noah was Willow, and Nina Noah was Willow,
Yeah, and Liesel too.
and Lisa.
So it's only a matter of time because more people are figuring out, but no one has specifically asked her though and called her out on it. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that. And I feel like Lucas might be the person to do it because I did see a common attraction that her and Lucas are going at it. So maybe he'll find out later on in the line and call her out on
Lucas
her
can't.
ish.
Lucas
So
can't stand her.
yeah, he can't. He's over her shit.
Lucas cannot stand her.
He's
But
over her
Lucas had
shit.
also got me, Lucas had also got me to the point where I was questioning him for a little bit when everything was going down with the whole Marcos thing,
Oh
and he wanted
yeah.
to trick on Sonny. Y'all know,
Oh yeah, because Sonny's your man. She did don't you talk
I'm
about Sonny. That's how I feel about
y'all better leave him alone. How he done been out here defending and making sure poor Charles was okay all this time. Like you so in love with this man, you don't even know him and who he come from. Sonny and Jason been there for you for a long time, and he like I'm never defending Sonny and Jason to you again. That's my little rant.
She can't help it. Me, I don't mind son getting some jabs or two. Everybody needs to be brought down. Even Erica Kane was brought down a peg or two. Even Victor. Victor needs to be brought down a peg or two again. And to be quiet as it's kept. That's the days I miss. Even the favorites and the Holy Grail. They always got knocked down a peg or two.
They got humble moments.
Yes,
I think the
yes.
last time Sonny was humbled on the rooftop when he saw Morgan.
You think? I don't even think that was
I
good
think
enough.
that was a come to Jesus moment. That was like a year ago. I think that was like a come to Jesus moment.
I just feel like they was like, oh, let's bring Brian back as Morgan.
Meanwhile, Brian, speaking of which, Brian is all on Beyonce's internet talking about I will come back to General Hospital, tell them to call me. Da, da, da,
Somebody
da.
said days too. He wants
He
a
said
job.
he'll go to days too. He wanna work. He wanna work.
He said, choose me.
And that's how they've been doing it lately. Shoot.
You might
I'm
have a
here,
chance.
I'm able.
If you're, Brian, if you're a favorite, you might have a job at General Hospital as Morgan. I don't know. I'm just saying. So it's a possibility, bruh.
Because we ain't never see his body.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it was always a prime, I feel like, to bring Morgan back. There was
I thought
multiple
so
times.
too.
He
I
could
thought
have
he
been
was
the
over
one.
Pikeman.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He could have been that person who was in the underworld and felt like he wanted to get back at Sunny for, it was you being in this lifestyle caused me to, be the person that I am.
Yeah, like
And
he come back brainwashed.
something that would have been great. Once again, playing on the history, bringing back somebody a fan favorite, like all of that. Like, but of course, General Hospital does what it wants to do anyway, and then
They gonna do what they want to do.
they don't care what we have to say. But I really don't. I also like we're seeing Brit more. I really don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like and I said this last week too. Like it is what it is type thing. You like it, I love it. I guess. Those are not the clips that I see that engages me to essentially like really want to watch it. I hope it works out well. The thing that I really do like, I have to admit, Lizzo is funny. When Dr.
She's
Orbit
very,
comes,
very
I enjoy
funny.
it.
She's very funny.
Yeah. And
She,
even though she has no leg to stand on pertaining to Rocco, like, and for them to be called General Hospital, they obviously don't understand science and medicine. But there is no connection at all to, Rocco to Brett and Lizzo, but they're making
none. And it's like Rocco's fat. And I understand they like all hands on deck with trying to bring them back in and like have their characters be involved in stories. Like I wholeheartedly respect that. That's really nice. But y'all fishing for a storyline. So now when Bridge come back, like how is Rocco going to be involved? Is he going to start calling Lisa grandma? Like,
yeah, it's
it's
weird.
it's weird. It's very much so weird.
And I could more so just understand him being like, you know what, this woman carried me, and I just want to get to know her. Not like I don't feel a connection, but I just wanted to know more about the person who carried me the first 7 months of my life versus them trying to make it seem like there's some type of blood or connection or bloodline there, which isn't true. Because how are you going to try and play that when literally you had Christina screaming, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby for the Syracuse line? So, like, what? Like, come on. Like, please stop. And
I
it,
almost snatched my hat off and my wig is not glued down, y'all, because that is such a great comparison.
yeah. Yeah. And that's why sometimes I just can't take it serious because you tried to diminish
Yeah.
what Molly's relationship was to the child, Irene, that Christina was carrying, but now you're trying to make it seem like Britt has justification for carrying Rocco. Make it make sense because the math ain't math. And I said what I said.
At all.
Hmm. And that's just that. I don't really have anything for else for Gentle Hospital. Do you?
No, just for my Jason and my Liar Son fans, I
Ooh,
just want y'all to, take mental health self-care days this next week. Um, the screen is not going to be doing what we want it to do, but let's just take care of ourselves.
exactly. You already know they don't care about liaison adjacent. They have literally chopped, screwed, and made it being like our ships are non-existent. That's what literally it feels like. And I feel for y'all when it pertains to Scout because baby
You know,
girl,
the whole thing is so upsetting to me. The whole thing. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I still can't get over her asking, "Do you want me to call you mom?" Like I'm never
crazy,
gonna be over that.
crazy. That
I'm
is
never gonna be
not the
over
age. Crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. That was crazy. And of course, y'all going on to Young and the Restless. Not much there. Not much there. They just gonna mess up my Nadra. My Audra and Nate. That's all I keep thinking about. And it's also I'm seeing people say that unfortunately it appears that Audra is regressing. A lot of people liked her, especially with how her relationship was with Amy too, and just felt like you were seeing a different side of her.
that.
And now
Yeah.
it's starting to feel like a regression to like this sex pot hot mode,
Mm.
unfortunately. So I don't know, but Josh Griffin, you got some work to do. You got some work to do, buddy. And that is all I have today. Do you have any breakout scenes that you felt like were amazing?
Baby, it was when Brooke went in that water. Like when I tell y'all, that took me the laugh that I laughed when Brooke fell off in that water was hilarious.
I
It's no
can't.
words. Like, oh, I need to go play it back with music. This one of them videos when I should get in my editing bag. I want to see that thing back with my own personal soundtrack.
Tell what song were you thinking about for it though?
The arms of the angel.
You got to slow it down too. And then she like,
And I want to pan into Rich Logan. Baby.
Swimming. That would be something. Oh my
That
goodness.
was hilarious to me. Like that was hilarious. That took the cake.
Just a freaking mess. And for me, my breakout scene would have to be, well, actually it's two. Anytime that Dougie was acting up last week
Yeah, he
was
was
really
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, he was funny about. He's like, I'm Rick James. Like y'all need to
Rick
get
James,
it together.
bitch. Dougie is tired, okay?
Yeah.
But the scene that brought so much joy to me, oh, I loved it.
Which
Was
one's that? With
when
Sammy?
No, no. Actually, when Ashley opened the door and saw Danny and Andre
Oh
kissing,
yes. And then Andre like, did you hear that? And then he like, shoot, I hear me. Like, let's keep going.
I ain't hear a damn thing. Yeah, that was great. I was just looking at my phone like cheesing. Like I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So
They was tongue and all when she opened that door. That's what you
okay,
get walking up at people's house. Why you just walking up at people's house?
they got some chemistry. God damn it, Carla and Sean, they got
And
chemistry.
I think that's why I like them so much. Like the age gap is barely a gap, but it's also like, yeah, stop playing with us.
Okay, that part, they be putting their foot in it. Like I just love it. I don't care what nobody say. And that's just that. And I don't care. And that leads us to the end of Soapwire. So please be sure to follow Soapwire on Blue Sky. Is this bah, things happen. Finally got tripped up. And on Instagram, it is soap_wire. Also check us out. We're also on TikTok too. So we're on TikTok.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
be trying to like do some videos, but a girl be tired. So we'll
I
see
think
how
I'll be
to
understanding the clock app, y'all. I'll be trying.
Oh, it's hard over there. And also feel free to follow me, Lady2Wise_ASA on Instagram, Lady2Wise no underscore on Blue Sky. Also Lady2Wise_ASA on the bad place known as Twitter, Deneen.
I am on Instagram, Neen_Amanda, Neen_ the therapist, Twitter, Kiss My Neen, Neen, and Blue Sky, Neen Amanda.
Awesome. So once again, thank you so much for joining us on the Soapwire podcast brought to you by TV Cave. Also be sure to check out Katie Waltman. Okay, Katie Waltman Jewelry. Feel free to use the promo code Soapwire. That is together, not apart. And we will see you next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Thank you so much for
Bye,
joining us.
y'all.
Bye.